Did I say that? I said they need more offensive talent when Jordan leaves. Clear cut. It's true. You take Jordan off the team, I'll reiterate it, they have a lot of holes to fill. It's going to be difficult for them to score until they get a true point and a post-up player inside they can throw the ball to. Case closed, you're wrong.
I like that. Very defensive about that. Okay. Yao Ming is back on the floor, as is Brendan Haywood. Charles Oakley with a beautiful backdoor pass, but Lon Dixon was rejected by Steve Francis. Here's Glenn Rice. Yes. Glenn has been hitting the three ever since he returned from the left shoulder sprain. He is 12 for 21 from downtown. And the Wizards now lead 45-35. Quick release by Jordan. Well, this is a guy who was a major question mark for tonight because of that deep thigh bruise, and he is on fire. He now has 12 points, 6 of 8 from the field.
That was the play they were supposed to run, the previous play. And Oakley figured that Dixon had a step, so he broke the play down through the bounce pass. It was blocked the shot, and then the three-pointer by Rice going the other way. As they came down the floor, Michael looked at Oakley and said, run that play we're supposed to run. He wanted to run all the way through. Michael then hits the jump shot.
Good job by Brendan Haywood on Yao Ming, forcing him further out that last sequence. Here's Jordan, and he's fouled by Hawkins.
And that's 3 straight very good passes by Oakley at the high post area.
Stop it right there. Let me show you what's going to happen. Jordan last time down the floor came out this way off the screen. Instead, he catches his man leaning, and he ducks right back into the lane again to catch the defensive player, anticipating that he's going to the outside. Instead, he comes in the lane and is fouled.
Jeff Wazee screaming at the production people. He starts yelling. He sees, he gets excited. The telestrator is going, and he's...
Jeff said he is excited by the game. I'm excited by the game.
Petulance.
They are going crazy in the truck.
Maybe Francis drives it to the basket and misses the layup. But wouldn't you be up crowding Jordan because you know he's not going to take it to the basket tonight because of the bad leg?
That's also the effects of age. He's just not a driver anymore. He's a jump shooter. Guys think too much back to his 20s when he was dunking on people. He is a jump shooting post-up player.
As we see right there, it's the Wizards red hot from the field, 55-35 lead at halftime. Marv Albert, Jeff Van Gundy, the Czar, Mike Fratello, Cheryl Miller is with us, and Michael Jordan was a question mark for tonight's game because of the injury and has had one of his best halves of the season.
The only question that remains is he going to get 40 again at 40? If we could all be like him, he wouldn't be so special. There will be no one like him, and he's doing it shooting jump shots. The league has to remember, when you're guarding Michael Jordan, he is not the slasher that he was when he came in the league. He's a jump shooter. Here you see 5 from the left, 5 from the right, none, no makes in the paint. He is a jump shooter.
See, when that song first came out, the Czar thought it was about him. He was very, very confused.
I thought you did a nice job putting that piece together, Jeff, at halftime. That was a great job.
Catchy. Here's a look at our Jeep game summary. We've been talking about the field goal shooting percentage, and Washington at 65% for the half.
Well, they're doing it at both ends of the floor. One end, you're holding a team under 40% shooting with your defense, and then you're finding people to come in the game, whether they're starters or off the bench, to make shots. Most of the other categories are pretty even, but when you have 65%, that's why the assists are 13-7 in favor of the Wizards.
What's going on with the Rockets? A horrendous first half for Houston. For more on that, let's go to Cheryl.
Well, thanks a lot, Marv. Obviously, Rudy T. very upset about the first half. He said there was no reason for us to come out flat. This is too big of a game. But make sure that they have to start in the second half, defensively get after it, and hopefully close this 20-point gap. Now, also for injury update, Kelvin Cato injured his right thumb. He is out for the rest of the game, right?
All right, Cheryl. Kelvin Cato played only 3 minutes in the first half. Yao Ming with 16 minutes to play, 3 for 6 from the field. And how about Steve Francis, 1 for 7 playing here in his hometown area, just 3 points in the first half. The Ron Lou being played by Steve Francis. Michael Jordan guarded by James Posey. They clear it out for Jordan now. Help as Griffin comes on. Laettner has had the touch. Christian Laettner with 8 points.
And previously, Jordan has been double-teamed very infrequently in the low post because of his great first half. Houston adjusted, double-teamed him. Laettner found the open spot, made the medium-range jump shot.
Here's Yao facing single coverage. A series of fakes that is rejected by Haywood. The lob for Stackhouse.
The entire night, and as a result, the rest of the people on Houston had wide open shots. They wind up winning an overtime game.
And the Rockets control as Francis looks to get going. He had Mobley in the backcourt. Griffin, Posey, and Yao up front. Yao has been rejected twice by Haywood. Here's Yao. Will it count? It does not count, and a foul before the shot.
And a great adjustment by Yao. He'd had his turnaround right shoulder move blocked, so he goes to his jump hook where he can protect the ball better with his body. Heck of a move, even though it didn't count on the continuation.
Foul was called on Lou. We're coming up on 5 minutes left in the third. Mobley and rebounded by Jordan. But a poor shooting night for the Houston Rockets, while the Wizards have been on fire. 65% from the field in the first half. Their season high for a game, 62 last Saturday against Memphis. Shot clock to 5. Stackhouse, yes.
Jeff, we saw the last time Houston trying to get the ball to Yao. They couldn't get it in, and the rest of the players just stood on the perimeter. It enables Washington to just play man-to-man defense, but actually like a zone. Just play the ball tough. The rest of the guys stand in help positions. You get no movement, no cutting, no screening on the offside people.
Not only have the Rockets been shooting poorly, but the shot's way off. Posey that time did not even get glass.
And he's in there to be a defender, but Jordan's scoring anyway. And they need more offense right now. Right now, Jordan is playing a one-man zone, leaving Posey with shots. Plus, he's scoring on him on the other end. You're getting no advantage with Posey being in the game right now.
Posey just 1 of 8 from the field. Yao with the step. Well, that time they had the mismatch, and the Rockets were able to take advantage.
One of the few times that they have run that high pick and roll, rolled Yao towards the rim, and found them at the other end of it. The other times, Haywood has gotten back and basically pushed them off that inside area of the lane.
Posey looking to deny the pass. A foul is called. That's 4 on Posey.
They keep starting him high, rolling him low. There you see him down low, catching it, and this time, no one there to move him out of the lane. He finishes with the dunk.
Stackhouse actually came from out of bounds, stepped out, so the ball back to the Rockets. You can't do that. He was looking for more room along the baseline, and he was in the crowd.
He took his first couple steps in the blue area out of bounds, never got back in again before the pass was made.
Griffin set the pick. There's Posey, offensive foul. What a disaster here for James Posey, who was acquired in that 3-way deal involving Denver and Philadelphia.
Oh, wait a minute, this guy is supposed to have a band leg, so what does he do? He steps over in front of a guy driving to the basket and takes the offensive foul.
And Posey will sit down. Joaquin Hawkins checks back in.
Posey's got to shoot the ball. He's being left wide open by Jordan. He's got to have the confidence to step up and knock it in. I think right now they may need a dose of Glenn Rice to make Jordan guard people. Even though Jordan will probably score on Rice, and at least it would give the other Rockets more space to maneuver offensively.
You have to hope that Rice at the offensive end does more damage than they might do to Rice at the defensive end.
But I'll say this about Glenn Rice. Having had him 1 year in New York, he was much underrated defensively. He used his length well, his space, he knew the players and personnel. He's not as bad as people made him out to be defensively.
Beautiful move by Yao, who's hearing it from the right leg. The deep thigh bruise. Here's Francis, and he is fouled.
That's the same type of, whatever you call it, Marv, that Akeem Olajuwon used to wear when he was playing and having some problems with his leg. And those may become the next rage, and that's a marketing opportunity for Jordan right there.
It's called a sleeve, Jeff.
Sleeve?
Sleeve, yeah.
How is that a sleeve on a leg?
It's a leg
Isn't
sleeve.
a sleeve
It's a
on
leg
the arm?
sleeve. It's a leg sleeve.
There's no such thing.
Steve Francis wearing the same leg sleeve.
Did he get that on at halftime because Jordan had such a good first half, or has he been wearing that the entire game?
Not a bad idea.
Trying to stay with us during the games. He has had it on.
So this is, it's reached the point of viciousness.
It really has crossed the line.
Wizards 69, Rockets 55. Juan Dixon back on the floor. Jordan being played by Joaquin Hawkins, and lost it.
See what Hawkins did? He got that arm in there. He had the arm in so Jordan could know they shoot on him. He forced him to put it on the floor and then banked on the fact that Michael can't get away from him right now with the bad leg.
Francis is fouled. He was pushed out. Bring up on a minute remaining in the third. The steal by Mobley. Here's Francis. Oh, he blew the stuff. Mobley lays it home.
Quietly, they've cut 9 off the lead. It's down to 11. Very important last couple possessions to try to get it under double figures going into the fourth.
Deron Lou. Soft touch off the glass. Kind of a teardrop shot.
Remember we said a week ago in the Laker game, we said, like, when we looked at the scoreboard, Houston shouldn't even be around with the emotion and the way the Lakers were playing and Kobe getting off the way he was. But they were there and forcing, overtime periods in that particular game. They've done it here.
Hayward with another block. Here comes Jordan. Yes! And the foul! Maurice Taylor got it from the angle. Michael Jordan with a three-point play opportunity.
That's just a respect foul. Maurice Taylor can't love tap Michael Jordan on a three-point play. Here, Mobley splits the double team up high on the pick and roll. Hayward gets rid of it. Good advance pass. Man, that is just, you got to take a guy out on that. You got to make him shoot 2 free.
With future Hall of Famer, 11-time All-Star Patrick Ewing, now an assistant coach with the Washington Wizards, and a big night tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. At halftime of the Knicks-Orlando game, Patrick will be honored. His jersey will be officially retired, will end up in the rafters in a halftime ceremony at the Garden.
It's going to be a great night. He's one of the most loyal and dedicated players you could ever have a chance to coach, and I'm honored just to be a part of that tomorrow night. I can't wait to see Patrick get his just due and have his jersey retired.
One kicks it 4 on Charles Oakley. Doug Collins greets him, as does the crowd as he heads back to the bench. And Charles adding toughness, major factor in the Wizards' success tonight. Washington by 14. And a foul. Leitner says why. That's number 4.
Right now. Let's go. Okay? Put a stop on him right now.
I think Doug is trying to send a message that when you come down, you don't have to throw one pass and shoot the basketball. Stay within the offensive sets, move the basketball, execute it, use the clock if you have to wind up getting a high percentage shots, and he feels they'll eventually break down the Houston defense in the half-court area.
Shot clock is down to 5. Hawkins for 3, yes! And the Rockets continue to hang around. Wizards led by as many as 20 points. They had a 20-point lead at the half. They now lead by 11. 5.5 to go. in the fourth. Good play by Hawkins. He saw that pass coming, and he's fouled by Lou, who got kicked in the forehead.
I don't like that call at all. When there's a loose ball, I like to see both players have equal chance to get it and hit the floor. To me, this is a no call.
I think Tyronn Lue hits his head on the floor right there, and he may have a cut on his left cheek, side of his face, from the cheekbone hitting on the court right there. He may be cut. And he is cut.
Shot clock down to 4. Dixon trying to shake off Francis. Leitner comes up short on the three-point attempt, and it's a 24-second violation.
Here's what I see, Jeff, in the Wizards' eyes right now. They're trying to do what the coach wants you to do, trying to run the offense. The intensity is picked up a lot from Houston's standpoint, the defensive end of the floor. And now the players for Washington don't know whether they should shoot it if they've got the shot, make a move on their own to break it down. That's the indecision I see.
Rockets want the ball in the hands of Taylor, but he kicks it out. Mobley for 3. Yes! The Houston Rockets have come back from a 20-point deficit. They're now within 6, an 8-0 run for Houston. And 4 minutes remaining on the fourth. Here's Jordan. Leitner. Rebounded by Yao. You can hear the concern from this crowd. Yao could not put it down. Taylor, Maurice Taylor, has taken over at the offensive end for the Rockets. They are now within 4. And Washington calls for time at 44-13, followed by Sacramento at 40-18. Rockets with a 10-0 run. They're within 4. Since Yao Ming has come back into the game, they've scored 10 consecutive points. And the foul called on Francis, so that is number 5 on Steve Francis. He hit his first shot. He's missed his last 12. Still, the Rockets have made their way back. Juan Dixon using the pick. Shot clock down to 5. Stackhouse checking the clock. Stackhouse to the fadeaway. So the Wizards now lead 84-78.
Nothing better than that. When you need a big basket to find someone to give the ball to, and he makes a most difficult shot against pretty darn good defense.
Taylor being played by Leitner. Rare miss for Maurice Taylor, rebounded by Michael Jordan. That's 10 rebounds for Jordan. Minutes ago, we saw Tyronn Lue hit the floor hard as Dixon scores a third bucket. Lue is replaced by Dixon. For more on Tyronn Lue, let's go to Cheryl.
Hey, Marv, right now it looks like Tyronn Lue has a cut above his left thigh, a bruised shoulder. He's being x-rayed right now. He will not return. It'll be interesting to see how big of a factor that is, since in this whole game he's done an excellent job on Steve Francis. Guys?
All right, Cheryl. Yao Ming with a couple of opportunities. Fouled by Brendan Haywood. And Yao will head to the line. He is an 80% free throw shooter, and we saw how Yao handles himself under pressure a week ago in Los Angeles when he went to the foul line and hit 2 clutch free throws. So the Wizards now with an 86-79 lead. Coming up next, game 2 of our doubleheader. The Mavs hosting the Kings tomorrow night on ESPN. It's the Knicks and the Magic, Clippers, and the Trailblazers. And then Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on NBA TV, it'll be the Grizzlies and the Mavericks. And a lane violation has been called, this time against the Wizards. So Yao will shoot again.
Christian Leitner, he's trying to maintain his balance. He fell into the lane too soon. And that also distracts the shooter. When you're waving your arms, falling over the line, you step in there too soon, it's disconcerting.
Wizards. Houston with a foul to give. And the Wizards are over the limit. All right, Rocket ball when we resume. How do they play it right here?
Well, the question is, do you try and get a quick 2 or set this thing up and try to go for a 3? There's plenty of time left in the game right now. I think that maybe they take the ball, throw the ball down inside to Yao, see if he can draw a foul on the inside, get to the free throw line, or else some kind of high pick and roll to a draw and kick situation where you may get the 3 out of it.
Mobley setting it up against Stackhouse. Taking a lot of time. Taylor gets to the rim and counts. And the foul. Well, that's the best possible scenario for the Rockets.
Maurice Taylor is a gifted offensive player. 6'9", crosses over left to right, drives it. Haywood comes over to try to block it and finishes it with an and-one possibility. What a weapon to have Maurice Taylor coming off your bench and give you some offensive punch.
And Haywood has to understand, if he's coming across, there's no way he's making a layup. If Oakley was coming across, he would not be getting a 3-point play right now.
17 points for Taylor, 15 of the 17 here in the fourth. Here's some pressure on Dixon. The Wizard lead is down to 3. 1 minute remaining in the fourth. Washington is led by as many as 20. Dixon with the step. Jordan with the shot. Leitner not able to hang on. Hawkins has it. And the Rockets back for the offense.
This could be our weekly overtime game with Houston. Every Thursday night, tune in, watch Houston.
But they got to get into it. They're going for 2 for 1. They're taking far too much time.
I'm not sure they know what they want. That's the problem, Jeff, what they're trying to get into.
Shot clock to 5. Yao with the fake. Yao rejected. Yao on the follow. And it's a 24-second, or is it a foul? Let's see. No, it's a foul before the shot clock ran out. And Yao Ming will head to the line.
And Yao stays with this. When he gets the shot blocked, he comes right back and stays with it, keeps his eyes on the ball, has the great hands to come up with it, and then you see the contact down low inside to get him to the foul line.
Foul on Haywood. He has fouled out, and Charles Oakley will check back in.
But that was a poor possession by Houston. They got the ball with 45 seconds or 47 seconds to go. They should have had an easy 2 for 1 opportunity without even having to rush. Now they're going to have to make free throws and foul.
Now 3 for 3 from the line. It's a 2-point game.
You see Doug Collins got Haywood out of there because he's just a 60% free throw shooter. And he's out of the game because of foul. That's a good reason to take him out when he gets his 6th one.
1-point game. Stackhouse able to handle the pressure, and he's grabbed from behind by Hawkins.
With this ball.
What appeared to be a blowout for Washington has become an adventure. Houston able to hang around, and then led by Maurice Taylor in the fourth. They've rallied to make this a game. Time remaining in the fourth. They're on their feet here at the MCI Center. Wizards with a 3-point lead.
And I'm surprised Glenn Rice is not in the game right now.
Here's Mobley looking to tie. He does! Mobley from downtown. Wizards and Rockets tied at 88.
They ran the play that they wanted to throw the ball to Yao on the inbounds pass, but it got denied, so they ran the same play, but did it off a dribble handoff. It's exactly what they ran. This is Francis coming off the high screen, kicking it, and having the trust in his teammate to make
0.3 to go.
Big thing is you got to get the ball in bounds right here.
Hawkins told to give Jordan more room. Dixon, played by Francis. Now to 10 seconds. Now Jordan, down to 5. Jordan forced out by Taylor, goes to his left. Jordan with the jumper. And we're headed to overtime. That shot right on target, a little too. This to Ron Lue, back on the bench after taking that spill earlier this fourth quarter.
and walked out on the floor and walked up to Brendan Haywood and said, "What happened?"
I'll tell you what's critical right here. They only have 5 guys, the Wizards, who have played in the game that are still available. Lou's out, Hayward's fouled out. They cannot have a hangover over having a bad fourth quarter. They've got to come out and get the first 2 hoops.
And they're going with Juan Dixon at the point. Here's Jordan backing Mobley. Jordan challenged Yao. It counts on the foul. He protected the ball as he went up against the 7'5" Yao Ming. And Yao called for his first foul.
I think Michael got in this situation and said, well, there's the big man. I got to do something to try and draw contact and just hope to get it up there on the rim.
Michael coming up way short on that free throw. Wizards up by 2.
He's going to play 50 minutes tonight out of a possible 53. He's done all he can. He's just got to hope he gets some more help from Stackhouse to try to finish this thing off.
Hawkins, he's had the touch.
And we said earlier that he's a presence, whether he's got the ball in his hands scoring or just having it in his hands and making someone else better. There's the example.
And Mike, he had the same place against New York late, and he got the ball taken from him once he put it down. What broke? Now he's passing it off the dribble for the wide open jumper.
Shot clock to 3, and Dixon mishandles. So the ball back to the Rockets. The Kings and the Mavericks are underway in Dallas, and we will get you to that game at the completion of the Rockets and the Wizards. Minutes gone by in overtime, and the Wizards and the Rockets are tied at 90.
You constantly hear coaches talk about turnovers killing you in the game. Well, this is what it's done tonight for the Wizards as Yao turns and shoots it over the much smaller Laettner. 19 turnovers for the Wizards, only 8 turnovers for the Rockets. 82 field goal attempts for the Rockets to just 67 for the Wizards. You get that many more shots at the basket when you keep turning it over like they are.
And it's the first time Houston has led since the early minutes. Good job by Hawkins on Jordan, who still is able to hit the fadeaway. 29 for Michael Jordan, who was a question mark coming into tonight because of the deep 5-roos. Came out late in the pregame warm-up. Francis trying to protect, rebounded by Oakland. And the Wizards back to the offense. Just under 3 to go in overtime. The game is tied at 90. The game is tied at 92. Jordan comes off the screen. Hawkins able to recover. Now Jordan taking advantage of the opening.
They cheated too much through the screen. When Oakley got right up against the screener and he felt them, he jumped and changed sides, and it gave Michael a clear path to the basket, and his defensive help man had come up to try and show on the screen.
Michael Jordan with all 6 Washington points in the overtime. The Wizards lead by 2 and a foul call away from the ball. Foul on Laettner, that's 5 on Christian Laettner.
This is a very difficult shot for Michael because he is out away from the basket, turning towards the baseline, makes it with some distance on that particular shot, and then you see Yao gets caught, getting ready to show on the screen. Taylor can't get there in time for the dunk by Michael.
Back live, Yao off the mark, Oakley with the save.
And the reason the matchup is this way for the Wizards is because Oakley should be on Yao because he's strong and could root him out of there. But the problem is Taylor keeps taking Laettner off the dribble to the basket, so Doug Collins has to put Oakley on Taylor and put Laettner.
In the overtime against the Mavericks has played 48 of a possible 51. And this is a guy who's hurting. Michael Jordan excelling in the overtime. He now has 31 points on the night. Wizards with the ball up by 2, just under 2 to go in OT. Here's Jordan. Yes! Joaquin Hawkins hit the deck. Rudy Tomjanovich felt that he was pushed and tried to recover, was not able to get up on Jordan.
You ain't getting a flop against Michael Jordan in overtime, nor should you.
Taylor being played by Oakley, and a foul called.
About a second. Michael's trying to free himself up. Hawkins trying to deny him the basketball. And here's where the official feels that Michael just went straight up instead of throwing Hawkins down. Rudy T doesn't quite agree with that call.
Foul at the other end on Oakley. Rockets with it, 14 on the shot clock, a minute 40 left in overtime. Wizards now lead by 4. There's Taylor. Oakley trying to draw the foul as Taylor gets the roll.
And likewise on that end, you shouldn't give the flop to Oakley against Taylor. I like how both plays were officiated.
Well, I figured you'd say that.
Great official.
Wizards 96, the Rockets 94. Jordan facing the double. Oh, somehow was able to swing away. It will count as a goaltend on Yao Ming.
I'm not sure that that ball was up high enough to be a goaltend. It looked like it was below the rim to me when... to me, it doesn't look like it was above the rim. I think he may have gotten a good block on that one.
I think that was an absolutely clean block.
Well, Jordan is now 5 for 5 for the field in overtime. He has scored all 10 points for Washington. Coming up on a minute left in the overtime session. Wizards with a 4-point advantage. Taylor over Oakley and does it again. Maurice Taylor putting on an offensive show for the Rockets. He now has 21. Wizards up by 2 as Jordan handles against Hawkins. Ron Dixon checking with Doug Collins on the sideline. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Stackhouse lost it off his foot, able to recover. Actually was hit by Mobley. Stackhouse, yes! Jerry Stackhouse! Flinging it with the shot clock rolling down. Jerry Stackhouse, Michael Jordan trying to finish up the business. Washington has hit all 6 of its field goal attempts in this overtime. 5 by Jordan. And a moment ago, that wild shot by Stackhouse.
Well, if you're a betting man, the ball's going to Maurice Taylor somehow, who's on fire for the Houston Rockets.
Wizards up by 4. Taylor with the step on Oakley. And hits again. Maurice Taylor with 23 points. It's a 2-point game. Taylor has hit 10 of 12 from the field.
And what was important is that he did it quickly and they saved their 2-for-1 opportunity.
Shot clock down to 7. 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Yao on the rebound. Francis checking the clock. Changed his mind. He wanted to shoot a 3. Mobley fires. And it's all over. Wow. What a finish. Steve Francis went up looking to shoot a 3. It looked like he came down, which will be a travel, but got it to Mobley, who nearly connected for what would have been the victory.
Right now, when you get the ball, you call time out right here. Take the time out. Some coaches believe you run it back at him. But if you're going to run it back at him, run it with confidence and go to the basket to get a good shot. Otherwise, take the time out to set up.
I don't know. Did he come down?
I thought he didn't. I thought it was just, it's bad clock management. They did a great job. They got their stop and rebound. Immediate timeout.
All right, let's go to Cheryl Miller with Michael Jordan.
Michael, first of all, we got to talk about the execution down the stretch. You couldn't be happy with it.
Well, we can in the regular game. I think we just kind of relaxed with the 16-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and we felt that rush, and we got back on our heels. We could never really get off our heels. You know, I had a good look in the game. I thought I made it. When we win in overtime, it's all about execution. You know, got to take the ball inside. Jerry hit a big shot. I hit a couple big shots, and our defense held up. You know, I mean, Mo Taylor got hot. No matter who we put on him, he was making big shots. It was a good win. I mean, we could have played better in the fourth quarter, but a win's a win.
Let's talk about the fourth quarter, because it looked like at times that you were dragging the leg. In overtime, it looked like the mobility was much better.
Yeah, I got a little tired, and Steve was telling me that my biggest thing is because I got some swelling in there, that the muscles are not going to fire and it's going to tire out real quickly. And in the fourth quarter, my leg got a little dead, got a little tired. I don't know how I made it into overtime. I guess it was a game situation where I got some good looks and I just made some good shots, but my legs is really fatigued right now, which is exactly what he said with the swelling.